CEG acquisition and future value. CEG is a cryptocurrency generated based on the CEG network open source algorithm, which is not issued by a centralized organization. Its total issuance is 2 billion, including 20 million pre-issued and 1.98 billion issued by POS. The pre-issued 20 million CEG will serve as the initial ecological construction fund. The remaining part of CEG is generated in the form of mining and is used to reward users who have contributed to the CEG ecology. The mining issuance is divided into 5 major stages, and the production is reduced annually according to the established ratio until the output of 2 billion CEGs is completed. It is well known that the price of any traded commodity in the financial market is affected by 2 factors. The one is the cash flow into the market, and the other one is the total tradable amount in the current market. CEG motivates users to hold CEG through the static currency holding reward model and according to return algorithm of the characteristic static currency holding. Users can obtain more mining returns only via reasonable holding of CEG. CEG's dynamic promotion rewards are determined by the miner's currency holding cash rate promoted by users. After more and more participants join the CEG ecosystem, the market demand for CEG will increase. We can imagine that, assuming that there are 2,000 static currency holding users in the CEG ecosystem, and each user invites a new currency holding user to join each week, the number of currency holding accounts will exceed 20 million after 10 years of issuance. Since each static currency holding user needs to hold a minimum of 100 CEGs and 1,000 to 2,000 CEGs are required for the optimal returns of currency holdings, then the CEG demands of current market will exceed at least 40 billion. The huge demand means huge cash flow, but the total issuance of CEG in 10 years is only 2 billion according to the most ideal mining issuance method. At that time, the total tradable volume of the CEG market will definitely not exceed 200 million, and the market demand would be more than 200 times the total tradable volume. The future value of CEG is self-evident. The higher the future value of CEG, the more people will build currency holding nodes, which is a benign value cycle. Ultimately, it will form an intrinsic value consensus through the circular reaction among the market, users, and CEG.